How you doing, Taylor? I'm Michael Negretti. This is Taylor Estep. He is is it band director for El Roble?
Yeah, band and orchestra director at El Roble Intermediate School in Claremont.
Cool. We're doing this quick little video mainly for band and orchestra directors, educators, so you can see what Taylor and I did for his, I don't want to call it school pictures, but band and orchestra.
Yeah, our large group photos, our ensemble photos.
Exactly. So up here we actually have the group photo we did at the school. We shot this at, I think, like under really horrible light, like at 12:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's something that's important to you about your portraits?
I think for all of us band directors, when we're doing our photos, we're thinking, is this going to get us into Disneyland? We do our photos to send out for auditions and other events. For me, it was just the clarity of the uniform so they can see the detail,
Yep.
clarity of the kids' faces, and then it's really a overall depiction of what our band looks like going down the street in competition and, ready, Disneyland ready.
Yeah. So I know one thing that was really important that is challenging when we shoot outside is, well, one is lighting, and then the other one is even getting things perfect, such as like the letters, right? So we did that, for non-photography people. We shot this tethered. So that meant we had a laptop out on set. We had this laptop. So Taylor was able to, after we took a couple snaps, walk over and essentially yell at the kids and say, turn the E this way, turn the L this way, wait a minute, you're not sitting up straight, getting the height right. So that enabled us to basically art direct it to get it as perfect as possible. And then I want to show you guys something here. This is pretty cool. So this is obviously in Claremont. It's in front of the mountains in the background. That's Mount Baldy. If you look really closely, you'll see that there's like a highlight on the hair of the kids. So that's created by the sun coming to the back of them. But we did not shoot this quite as you see it. And then the light on the front of them is all created by strobes that we put out. So we put out quite a few lights to make sure we got really good detail in the clothing and the smiles and all that. We locked everything down on a tripod, so worst case scenario, we actually could swap out a head if we had a kid's eyes closed. But let me show you what it started out as. So to get the sun behind this group shot, we actually had to photograph with the gymnasium in the background. And you got cords and all kinds of stuff in the way here. And then what I did is I turned the camera and photographed the mountains. And so the sun is kind of to my left here. So what we do is we take those two images in post, and actually what we do is we do what's called a knockout. So this is the group shot that was photographed in front of the gymnasium, and they extract it, and then we basically put that together with this guy, and that's how you get a final result that looks so perfect.
Yeah. And I was very happy with these photos, especially because we didn't do it with the sun going directly into my kids' eyes. We all know those band photos where the kids are squinting.
Yes.
So I was very happy, and our parents were very happy with the end result. Again, for our purposes, but as a memento for them and my orchestra kids as well.
Yeah, and that was another thing is, again, shooting tethered. We have a lot of like what we call incident lights. We got the lights from the strobes in the instruments, but with having a laptop out there, we're able to adjust the lights a little bit, adjust the angle of the instruments, and get a decent reflection and really get it as perfect as we can. And this is the time of day that we photographed it was what was best for you, but it was absolutely the worst time of day for photography. But because of this approach, it made us it made it work.
Yeah.
It made it work fine. So ultimately, for any band, we could photograph it any time of day.
Yeah.
And get this kind of a result.
Say for us, it was easy because you did it during our normal class periods. So
Yeah.
we didn't have to have kids come after school. We didn't have to try to arrange field time. We just did it during the day and had the kids change during their band period and
Yeah.
go out and take our photos on the bleachers.
And I
They
think-
came out fantastic.
And I think we did it all in a couple hours.
Yeah, band,
total.
orchestra, and individual photos and
Yeah, and
buddy photos.
Here's the individuals. So my regular gig, or my main gig, is to do senior portraits for the local high school, Claremont High School. And I'm very picky about those. We have a stylist on set to like lint roller jackets and things like that, get the lighting perfect. It's not a quickie, like one light kind of setup. So we brought that exact same setup to El Roble with 2 photographers, multiple assistants, to get them as perfect as possible. So we have a light on the hair, we have a light on the background, we have someone lint rollering the jackets. The kids were able to order retouching, but many of these were without retouching, and they look awesome. And then the other thing is, I want them to be perfect, so Taylor was there to help kind of art direct as well. So we want the input. And
my boosters, definitely. That's what's very easy about running the photos this way. Like we talked about, arranging the letters, helping the kids change and be situated. You know, you can easily use a sample photo, mine, or any other that you find online, to kind of gauge how you want your photos to look, and how you want your kids to look, and, you know, work with Michael and his crew on that. They were great with, you know, making sure my vision, you know, aligned with exactly what they wanted in high quality photos.
Yeah, I mean, we're top level photographers, but ultimately we can't read minds, and we want to please, and we want the parents, we want everyone to be thrilled with it. So we actually appreciate input. So, you know, basically we designed this program to kind of achieve those results. Get the awesome group shot, get the awesome individuals. The other thing we didn't talk about is that we actually did this as a fundraiser. You know, you may be familiar with that. That happens, I don't even know if you know, but that happens in school pictures, elementary school pictures.
Yeah.
They don't share it with the parents. They don't tell them it's a fundraiser because they probably get a little upset by it. My motto was to be upfront and honest, and that's what we did. On the picture order form, we put that it was a fundraiser, and we designated, I think, $3-4 to certain packages, and we were able to raise a decent amount. Yeah, we raised like $500, and it was a win-win.
Yeah,
you know?
Having it as a fundraiser is one of the greatest things. I was so happy we were able to make that work, because again, I know we all have to do photos for our groups. And actually, parents knowing that it's a fundraiser, even more so. They want to help support. They want the photos of their kids, but they know it's going towards a good cause and helping us pay for new instruments, new trips, and, you know, working that all together. Yeah, we made $500 just by doing something every band director has to do already.
Exactly. And then it actually helped us too, because they ordered enough that it was worth our time to bring out a full crew. And not do this on the cheap, to really bring out, you know, I think we had 3 assistants, 2 photographers, to really get the group shot done right, get these done right, and then have it also go really fast and smooth, because there's nothing more annoying than having it be late or having people stressed out. One last thing that we did before we ended up or finish off here is, well, you did this. This was, I designed this basically like a large postcard. It was like 8.5 by 11 with the group shots. And what did you exactly send it out for?
Because we're taking our band and orchestra to perform on the USS Midway for their Memorial Day celebration. We sent these out looking for donations. So just like your, you know, Tournament of Roses, Macy's Day, or any type of postcard campaign, we did these. We worked together to make these postcards and sent these out to corporations and companies, you know, in the Claremont area to get scholarships, and scholarships for kids for lessons, in addition to sponsorships for instruments. And we were really successful with it. Going the full page actually was better, because we were able to really show our whole program and talk about our specific needs and what we're doing it for. And have parents take them and mail them out. So it was
I forgot to put the back into the slideshow, but the back basically had the details.
Yeah, just your dialogue. You know, who you're looking, who are you reaching out to, what are you fundraising for, and how they can support.
Right. And then the way that we did this is I just helped Taylor. I designed it for him. We threw it together very quickly, like in an hour or so. And then I get wholesale print pricing. So I just did this as a kind of a collaboration. He paid for the printing, the design, the photography is all free, and those are the kind of things I like to do when it's kind of a collaborative effort. So, is there anything you want to add to the program?
Going with Michael McGrady Photography for this, the best thing about it was the flexibility and the communication. Again, they were able to come out to my school and work with the materials we had. You know, these photos here, we just have them on our normal bleachers that are outside of our field. They helped with getting the kids situated. They gave me the freedom to go in and move things and make the photo look exactly how I wanted to. And they got us our photos really quick. I want to think like about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So my kids had them before Christmas break to send out. And these have done us very well for our, you know, competitions that we've put in for, and, you know, we'll be using these for Disneyland, you know, Community Arts Showcase, hopefully to be selected. So I'm very happy with Michael Negretti Photography, and, you know, I hope, you know, more band directors start to use, you know, this service.
We love doing the job. I mean, I know it seems chaotic when you do it, but we actually love doing the job.
It's controlled chaos. It's good chaos.
Yeah, and the one thing that I like to do is I don't have a set way of doing this. I don't like when any vendor is pushing someone into like a fixed approach, a fixed way of doing it. So I like that Taylor was willing to talk to me about what his needs were, and kind of together come up with the best plan. So the way we did this is ideally it worked awesome, and it may not be the exact perfect approach for any other band director. It's probably pretty close. But the point is, I really want to talk to you and see how we can help design a program that's right for you. And then we evaluate it. Every time we look at it and go, hey, is there anything we want to change from last year, or is it perfect? Let's just repeat that process. But this way you can have something that really works. I think too often in the kind of the volume photography biz, where it's a school, elementary, high school sports, a client is not happy with the photographer, and then they just go find another photographer. And then they find another photographer, and that's the equivalent of like, you know, switching your cell phone company every year. And, you know, with a cell phone company, you can't tell them what you want, and they're not going to do it. But with a local private vendor, you know, we want to please. So the simplest thing is like, let's just talk for a few minutes. If you're a busy band director, we talk on the phone.
Phone, email.
We text a lot, and then we're always there to just make it better. So if you are interested in having me look at your photography program, the easiest way is there's links at the bottom, but email support@michaelnegretti.com. You can call the studio at 909-625-3138. Ask Taylor what, you know, if you have questions, hit him up and see what he thinks. But we aim to please. It's a win-win. It's a fundraiser if you want it to be. If it's not a fundraiser, the prices are lower for the parents. But basically, together we decide. It isn't like a one-size-fits-all thing. So,
if you have any questions, you know, please feel free to email me. My email's in the SCSPOA directory. You can also email me testep@cusd.claremont.edu.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming down.
Great.
I know
Yeah.
you're busy.
Thanks for having me.
That's a wrap.